everyone else wants to say hi.
Yeah, it's Mystic Mal. Stay mystic. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be active in this community.
And Michelle from Pajama Let's Play. That's all I got.
We are we're gonna get to what's on screen in just a second, but we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 right now, and just how we all kind of do our reaction commands and quick command style. So Michelle, if you want to continue talking about how you
Yes. So when it comes to my shortcuts, I do them based on the characters they force you to play as. Like when you have to be Riku to fight Dark Aqua.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, if your healing button is triangle, then so is mine, because it's better for
exactly.
you to learn that.
Yeah. You see, here's my thing.
I did
Like,
that for Kingdom Hearts 3.
yeah, like I hope that it's like customizable one. Like I hope that it's like you can actually edit certain things and you can even have other moves from other games that person appeared in that you can also use as well.
Hmm.
Even though I
There's
really
this
hope
one
that
thing, yeah.
yeah, I really hope Kingdom Hearts 4 goes with the birth by sleep path of things.
I
Or at
miss,
yeah,
I really miss being able to pick my abilities and fuse them because
yeah.
I want Leaf Bracer as early as I can get it.
Yeah, or like you can maybe like it doesn't have to be like a command slot type of thing. Like you don't have to do those, but maybe we could do like something to where you can take two different items or abilities and you could create something else.
Mm.
But not the thing where you have to have a cooldown for the command. That was annoying, but I do love the whole like melding thing where you can mend abilities and stuff. So
I
that's
mean,
I
the
have a
biggest thing
question
about
for y'all.
sure.
Okay, so because of modern gaming, right? Um, how would you feel about Square Enix taking the model of something like Overwatch with their Battle.net account, right, for Kingdom Hearts, but then having transfer save where you play as a character throughout the games and their abilities match up throughout your save files?
that would be cool.
So with the Mercury retrograde stuff, I'm having trouble visualizing it, but it sounds like it's good.
Like
In
I
other
just
words, it
think
sounds great
that
on paper.
like because like in Square Enix already has other like sign up things like Final Fantasy 14, even 15 online multiplayer was
Yeah,
like that where you had to sign up with your Square Enix account. So like we most of us already who play these games have this account, you know what I mean, with data in it, with
yeah,
like it's saved data in it. That's what I mean. So like Kingdom Hearts doesn't really have something like that, and it already has MMOs technically. So like if let's say you play Kingdom Hearts 3, right? You start as Sora. When it transfers to Riku, right? In let's say Kingdom Hearts 4, right? You would get abilities that match up to what you already had set in Kingdom Hearts 3. You know what I mean? That's how I think it'd be really easy to implement because I mean all of the a bit moves and stuff, I feel like in Kingdom Hearts 3 were very exact. Like it seemed very much like we're gonna keep these moves, we're gonna keep these names for things because we saw the names of all of it. Um,
I mean, personally, I like that each character has their own unique stuff to it. Like, I like
yeah,
that with Riku, I can use Dark Firaga, but I can't as Sora, you know? Um, just because it helps keep them all as like separate individual characters. Um, but I
right.
would like for their stats to carry over. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
like one thing I feel like one thing they can like make it perfect is let certain selections be something that's relatable to something that they already have. Like it's like Sora has Fire
right, like what I was kind of saying, it's I think I worded it weirdly. Like what I mean is like let's say Missing Link, right? Missing Link, the abilities and stuff, like because it seems like it'd be lesser abilities, you know what I mean, would transfer into the game, but based off of your character. So that you're playing as like a specific warrior, but it's you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like we should readdress that after we go over the interview questions
Yeah.
Ooh,
because Laura
sounds
does
good.
address the gameplay a little bit for Missing Link. just for what that's worth.
Sounds good. Metro, I don't know if your mic is on, but hello. I hope you're well.
What's up, Metro?
Hi, Metro. I do not hear Metro.
I see
I
names
don't
I
either.
recognize,
So,
and I know I've commented on your videos. Q-Limp.
That's one of my subscribers. Hello, how are you?
I was
I
about to
hope you're
say, I'm
well.
like, I don't know you, bro. Like,
yeah, it's like I don't recognize that name, but it doesn't say paired, so I don't know who's it
yeah,
is.
I know everyone in my Mystic family. I just
Honestly, I don't know all of my subscribers, but I know a good chunk of them that have been around for a long time,
yeah,
like the OGs.
exactly. Like y'all are the realists.
hmm And I see a lot of them in you guys' comment sections. I'm like, oh, love this. Also, when I went on Landy's podcast, I had mentioned one of my subscribers. He's like, "Oh, is that this person?" I was like, "Yeah, actually, it is." And so that was really cool too.
Yeah,
I like when that happens.
Um,
To address kerosene, I did notice that there are a couple typos in this interview translation. Um, just for what that's worth, I think it's just a typo.
yeah, it's just a typo.
yeah, I agree.
Even though even if Kingdom Hearts 3 was developed in Unreal Engine 5, it wouldn't be much of a difference. Considering because it's a cartoony game, so it's not going to be that far off. But Kingdom Hearts 4, it was developed in Unreal Engine 4 in the first like initial trailer in a more mature aspect of how it looks. So Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be done in Unreal Engine 5, but there's not going to be much of a difference from what we've saw. Just some like shadowing and extra textures and stuff like that.
Addressing D Tencho, I don't know if I said that right. If you reach out to any of us on Twitter, just send a DM. We can give you some tips on how to get started on your own channel. And then I can't speak for everyone, but I'll definitely check out your content. You know,
Yeah, most definitely.
so or again, I can't speak for everyone. I love how many new people there are in the community making content. Like we need more content creators. Like
Exactly.
everyone's got a different style of theory crafting. So having more people to create content just appeals to more viewers, and everybody wins that way.
Exactly.
Can you guys hear me now?
There he is. Hi,
Yes.
Matt.
Okay.
Hello.
Do you know what we
Somehow all
need?
my settings got deleted, so I didn't realize my microphone wasn't set up for the browser. I was like, oh, that's the problem.
Oh, you're good.
Guys, I have an idea, right? Something we should all do. You know, this is what we do, right? Let's choose one of the states, right, in America, and let's find this vast, like, field, right? And we'll be all union leaders, and then let's get all of our subscribers to battle, okay?
Oh
And
my,
let's see what would
Oh
happen.
my gosh.
oh my God, we could LARP. Oh my God, that'd be so much fun. Oh, that would be so much fun.
The Seekers of
You-
Heart special. Fighting
I'm
Seekers
curious
of LARP.
whose subscriber is the strongest of the strongest. So,
This is my genuine excitement.
Oh
face,
my.
That's actually sounds like a lot of fun. I won't lie.
yeah.
right?
That
Um,
sounds honestly so
You
good.
could come in like random clothing because Union Key you can like customize your character and whatnot.
I mean, it's not at all central to anything, but I'm in Michigan where we've got tons of field. I'm sure we could find somewhere here.
Exactly, the Tensho Battle Royale.
Do you guys know what paired means on the chat for people that type in the chat? I don't know what paired means. That means they're subscribed or
they're viewing on a channel that is not Axel's channel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Also, hello, Kirazine. I don't know if you're still in the chat. Thank you for joining my stream. I appreciate it.
There he is.
There you go.
There they are. I'm sorry. I generally don't assume gender. I'm sorry.
It's a force of habit. Yeah, I do the same thing
Yeah.
sometimes.
Kerosene, do you think drive forms will be back inside of Kingdom Hearts 4? Honestly,
Yes.
I think
I
it
need
will,
them.
honestly. Like, and
I
you
mean,
could tell
we're getting
on-
reaction commands again, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be far off.
when we look inside of the interview, they actually talk about this, but we're gonna get to that shortly. But me personally, that EX drive that you see inside of the trailer is indeed going to be like, you know, drive form gauge and stuff like that.
I hope
That's
so.
the
That'd
only
be
thing
really
that
cool.
makes sense. Yeah, and
I
drive forms,
really
Yeah.
hope so.
yeah, and drive forms, I think they should go more on a Kingdom Hearts, like on a Kingdom Hearts 2 like approach on drive forms, because considering what it is, and we know
Kingdom Hearts 2 is masterpiece when it came to drive forms. Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. And then, you know, Ventus is back, Roxas is back. Roxas can still dual wield even though Ventus is still awake. So that whole like theory on Sora being able to dual wield because of Ventus being sleeping is kind of redundant at this point. So, you know, it kind of counteracts itself.
I
Hmm.
think something really cool to like bring the memories of the characters in the other realm to Sora. Like, let's say Sora forgets, right? He would still have a memory of them, like somewhere in his heart, right? And I think a cool way to implement that would be like to have drive forms represented from other characters that
That'd
like
be cool.
Yeah.
characters of light.
Kind of like a summon, but it
Because
would
like
be
Birth by
like
Sleep had like
power.
the fire form and the thunder form and things like that, and that could be implemented well with the Kingdom Hearts 2 style, but
Yeah,
with
and
the
that's
characters themselves.
yeah, and that's one thing I've realized is Kingdom Hearts 4 is going a Kingdom Hearts 2 route when it comes to like
Yes,
how the story is built
I
up
noticed
and
that
stuff
too.
like that. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts 2. So I already know I'm gonna enjoy the game like more than Kingdom Hearts 3, even though Kingdom Hearts 3 is a masterpiece in its own way, but still it will be better.
So I'm dealing with a cat distraction over here.
The Kingdom Hearts secret boss.
So I have something that I noticed, like that's weird. So Versus 13, Noctis wakes up in the car. Final Fantasy 15, Noctis wakes up in the car. Kingdom Hearts 3, Yozora wakes up in the car. Kingdom Hearts 4, Sora wakes up in a stagnant, like it's not moving. You know what I mean? Like he just wakes up on a couch. What is that? Like I don't understand that. There's something weird about Quadrat.
That couch looks pretty comfy though.
It does look comfy.
Yeah, it is. Like just how
It
Unreal
does.
Engine 4 depicts it, it looks really good. Like yeah, but like you see, here's my thing. By the way, yeah, Con Donahue, Multiverse of Madness is a good movie, but
No
like,
spoilers for those in the chat.
yeah, yeah, but like, you see, here's the thing. Like going back to the whole like EX gauge and drive forms, like what if that EX gauge, what if it can depict something else too? Like what if something else depends on the drive meter, just like how inside of Kingdom Hearts 2, drive forms depended on the form gauge and summonings depended on the form gauge as
Yeah.
well. And I feel like Sora is going to end up getting a glider, and that can possibly be a cooldown gauge for that glider.
Well, see what could be
Considering how
interesting,
buildings
right?
look.
Because I don't know how many of us actually do believe Quadratum is data, but I believe Quadratum is data. So like how like it would be cool if like Sora can like get some kind of cachet of a data something, whether that's a glitch or whatever, you know what I mean? That works like drive forms, and then he has to build with it, with that build command.
True. You see,
Because like it like drive forms would have to have a reason too show up again. You know what I mean? They always had a reason. Like
That's
you
true.
got drive forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 for a reason. There were certain things that happened in the story.
Makes sense.
But in Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like he was just blessed with drive forms.
He was.
You
He was
remember,
so
you just
good.
start
And
off in the
like I
game and
remember
then
the
you have
first
second.
time, I saw the anti-form Sora in Beast's Castle fighting against that boss, I don't even know like the emotions that went over me. I was like, what is happening right now? How is this Sora? Like I couldn't believe that it was the same person. You know what I mean? At that point I already played Chain of Memories. I still have the Game Boy version.
Yes. And like, okay, about what look, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna butcher your name, but the person who commented just last is he or she said Sora collecting data in
Oh,
fights
Cool
like
Imp.
vexing.
The
It's Cool
battle.
Imp. That's his name.
Oh, okay. Is that
Cicada Basil.
Dabba Babble.
Cicada like the bug.
yeah, okay, cicada battle. Well Vexen and Zexion would be cool. Okay. I feel like there's gonna be some sort of like truth to this because there's a possible is if like okay, it just depends with like how they want to approach it, but Sora can possibly do the same thing, or maybe the other gang could do the same thing to find a gateway to Quadratum too, because I highly doubt Quadratum is going to be just a core Sora / Riku game. So like I know that the other people are going to get involved, so I feel like the
Well,
only people who can fit sorry, but hold on. But like I just feel like this whole Quadratum thing, the way that the other gang could get involved with it is the sea salt, the sea salt 2-year-old could actually like go through the data bosses and use the power of waking so they can like traverse their hearts to get to that realm. Because we do know pretty much that Xemnas made the world that never was in the image of Quadratum.
right.
Yeah,
I
that
was
makes
gonna say,
sense.
like, well, I agree. Like, I agree totally with that. Because of 358 over 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Like specifically that game. It was really like I don't know. I feel like 358 over 2 days, like oh, not even talking about that. I'm gonna bowl over that. Anyway,
Uh,
Kingdom Hearts 3, I Sora gets to the Keyblade Graveyard after everyone's already there. Wouldn't that kind of imply that everyone can also hop through keyholes?
Yeah. And more like definitely, oh, what's up, Captain Guy? But definitely, I feel like
How's it going?
okay, with like,
How you doing, man?
I don't know. I feel like okay, there's just something that needs to be dived in a little bit more. Like we need more depth on this because people who can like jump through keyholes and use the power of waking, wouldn't Shion, Roxas, and Ventus be able to do it? Considering
Yeah.
they've been inside Sora and experienced everything that they experience, Sora experiences, and everything that Sora experiences, they experience
And
as well.
Kairi
So,
too, because Kairi's heart was inside Sora. Go ahead, Michelle.
exactly.
I have a question about the world that never was before we completely like lose the opportunity for this.
Yeah.
So, how do we know that the world that never was based on Quadratum? Because I remember making a video a long time ago where
Oh, I saw that video.
and I
Yeah.
pointed out that right above it seems to be Castle Oblivion, which would make that the land of departure. So
You see that can work too, but it's like how I feel about it is like, we know like ever since Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, and we know that the Master of Masters took him to go see, like that's why he said, "How was your trip?" Because he took him to go see Quadratum. So like
Yeah.
how like so young Master Xehanort seen Quadratum. So after when he became Xemnas, he could have possibly took whatever memories he had from being a real person
I
and
don't
built it, possibly.
I don't
There's
be
a specific
no.
tie to this that I kind of relate to that. So in Kingdom Hearts 2, right, the world that never was is a place that Sora himself visited, right? And then when
Yeah.
Sora in the dream realm, Dream Drop Distance, he visited both Tron and the world that never was. So I believe that Quadratum could be a combination of both the Tron world and in like made in the image of the world that never was.
That will be addressed in the interview.
Mm.
I got the
Is
very
it?
distinct impression that we're supposed to just inherently know that unreality is in fact our reality.
Mm.
So, like, which also means that the one theory I'm sticking to the most is wrong. That
Mm.
unreality is a realm.
But wait, I have to counterpart that, okay? Because there are many people in this world who believe this world is a simulation.
Yeah,
Matrix connections confirmed.
Like they think it's the Matrix, literally. So like
I
I
hope so.
think it could happen. You know what I mean? I think it could connect like our real world with real people thinking this is a simulation would be similar to a data world in Kingdom Hearts.
so then how much is Nomura into things like Inception?
He's
Because
so
Leonardo
big
DiCaprio.
into pop culture that he literally like
I mean,
he
he loves Star
made Final
Wars.
Fantasy X and Tidus look like Leonardo DiCaprio. That's literally the person who Tidus is like imagery is based off of.
well,
And like the whole story of Tidus and Yuna is Titanic.
Still can't believe his name is called Titus, but whatever.
I mean,
I called him Titus for a decade.
Yeah, it's water. Come on.
I'm still calling him Titus.
Yeah, it just sounds better, but hey, I respect the
you know what? We can
original
also
source
use
material.
Japanese names and say, Americans don't know how to pronounce anything anyway.
That's fair. I Captain Kai says Terranort knows of Quadratum because he talks to Kyrie about it when sending her off in a pod, and then he appears in her dream knowing about it. It's true. And he
Side
says
note,
that if you
sorry,
Go ahead.
didn't mean to interrupt, but side note, Captain Kai, there's a link in the Discord if you want to hop on with us.
Square Pair said something that's a
Yes.
really good point. Quadratum isn't a data world because if it was, they'd be able to cross over easily. Okay, that's like there's a lot of plot points that needs to be like talked about more, and it's just a lot of stuff.
And I
and
feel
the
like,
same thing. Oh God,
sorry, I feel like that particular line of thought should be done after the interview questions because Nomura gives hints. So
Yeah.
I think that if it was a dream world too, they'd be able to easily cross over as well, because Riku has dove into Sora's dreams before.
Right, but that's why I think it's a problem
Just-
because it's not a dream world.
Exactly. And
Also, like, why is Sid working on a data part of a world? Like, how does the data mechanism of Radiant Garden work in Kingdom Hearts 2, where like it can protect itself from Heartless? Like that doesn't make sense to me unless it's data. Like, how can Sid use a computer to code a world?
that was loud.
I'll resend it.
I'll resend it.
Already-
Give me a second, okay?
You got this. I got it. I copied and
Thank
pasted
you.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. More people on stream.
Woo!
So fun.
It says Quadratum.
Seriously,
isn't
thanks so
part-
much for being open to these Sunday streams. I know Sunday's a weird day, but I really appreciate all of you.
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just so happened that we started to do this when all the holidays started to happen on Sundays, so
Yeah.
Right.
still works though.
And my family lives in a different state. So I never have plans on holidays.
Yeah.
Square Pair, I definitely agree with that. It says we make that assumption because that is the conclusion that Ansem the Wise comes to, much like Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I read the wrong comment. Square Pair says Ansem outright says all the realms and says Quadratum isn't part of any of them. So I think the idea is that it's meant to be something completely new. And I agree with that. Totally. But there's a line in Recoded that literally Maleficent says a date escape. So it's like the data escape is a way to escape that date of death for someone in some weird way. She references the data escape as a date escape, like I don't know, 10 times in like, and there are multiple characters who say the word data escape. But what I think is like that the data world can connect to another life form's data. Like let's say another highly technological advanced society somewhere.
See, I took it as more Maleficent is completely disconnected from everyone else. That she even speaks differently. Kind of like that boomer that doesn't want to learn what the kids are doing these days. But I could be wrong.
That's funny.
As is very clear, this is my very first Nomura joint, so I'm deferring to everyone else's judgment on his style.
I see. There we go. And the gummy phone.
Oh, Captain Mike.
And Cap Kai.
Hello. Hi, Captain Kai. Hi, gummy phone. I hope you're well.
And Gummy Phone.
Is
both
this
at the
working
same
now?
time.
'Cause I'm not sure if I'm getting this right.
Well,
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, I can hear
it
you.
works. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was like sitting here for like the past 10 minutes, like, am I even in this?
it does put you in a lobby.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Yeah.
Like it puts you backstage until the host brings you in. I think
Oh, I
that's
see.
easier for like timed interviews for the podcast. I do that.
I think
That
it's,
makes sense.
how
It was
many-
like grayed out at first.
I know. I think this is the same amount we had on the first stream too. It's like 9 people, I think.
5, 6. Yeah, we've
Maybe? I
got
don't remember.
7 today.
Pretty epic.
Nice.
And however many people are in that picture in the background is how many we had for the 20th.
Am I coming through fine?
Yes, you are.
Yep.
There we go.
I don't know if I am
So-
as well.
Where are we at roughly? Because I'm obviously late to the party.
Well, we haven't even started yet. We've been chatting. You're fine.
Okay.
We keep
Yeah,
going
if
on
y'all
rabbit
want, we can
trails.
start on the questions.
Sure.
That's how this thing goes.
All right. Well, the first 2 don't really require a lot of response. First of all, congratulations on the 20th year anniversary. He says thank you very much. Do we want to do like a dramatic reading, like have someone be the interviewer and someone be Nomura?
Can I be
That sounds
Nomura?
cool.
Oh my gosh. Jesus.
Can I be a benevolent being?
The end of the live stream, guys.
Yeah, right.
Then
Can I rule the world, please?
well, we were just talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. So,
No.
so did we have a volunteer for the interviewer?
I can't see
I-
the text,
I-
so I can't do it.
I'm illiterate.
The interviewer.
That's an excuse.
No. I read. Never mind. Actually, probably not appropriate. Continue.
So I'll be the interviewer. Axel will be Nomura.
Axel speak Japanese.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Hajime Mashite.
Everything's so much easier if you did.
Oh, there you go.
Watashi wa nan de desu ka?
Like we need a fluent Japanese speaker in our group so that we can have, like the Union Cross finale debacle. Released it only in Japanese, and then we can have
Oh
someone.
yeah.
Also,
Oh,
I
a
was joking
translator
about
on
being
the
Nomura,
team.
y'all.
Did we get the whole 20th anniversary event yet, or we didn't get that yet? Did we?
No, not yet.
Nah, we're going to
Yeah.
Not the video.
I figured it was going to take them a while to subtitle, but I think it was going to take them this long.
I'm sure we're gonna get it for August.
Man,
hope
why is
so.
everything happening in August? Come on,
No.
Winter. Winter means winter when there's snow outside, or still not snow because other countries, but still.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like 80 degrees during Christmas in Australia.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like nearly 100 over here.
That's better than over here.
Yeah, trust me. I'm in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm
it gets to
fucking dying.
like
Yeah, it's
0
91
around here,
degrees in
so
Florida
that's
right
funny.
now.
To be fair,
All right, guys, you don't gotta flex. It's like
I told-
50 over here.
I pulled
I'll
8
grab that.
degrees right out of my ass, so I don't actually know how hot it gets there. So Axel, did you not want to be Nomura?
I mean, I can be.
Because I can read both parts.
I was joking. I just wanted to be Nomura so I can at least understand a little bit of this fucking franchise.
Good luck.
Well,
Hey,
I
D10, how's it going? Sorry, I just wanted to shout him out.
I understand that Sora wields a Keyblade. That's a little bit of a
Or does he? Or does he? Hold on.
I mean, even that
Well,
is
he
a
wasn't
little bit.
supposed to.
We need sources now.
Well, Xehanort did make Sora an official Keyblade master, so at least we have that.
Which means he can
But did he give
keep
him the
using the
Keyblade?
power of waking incorrectly.
He gave him the Keyblade.
Yeah. So he took the Kingdom Key part of it and dropped the rest of it.
I swear, if they pull some
It's kind of
bullshit,
crazy. It's crazy to think that Sora wasn't supposed to get the Keyblade and then did all of this and abused that power, you know?
You know, I'm kind of surprised that it took him this long to be able to use like the chain of it as like an actual like whip. Like I'm surprised it took him this long to come up with it. But I mean, when I saw that in the trailer, I was like, you know, I'm kind of surprised, but this is awesome.
I wanted to take a quick moment to shout out Hillary because she never makes it to the live stream, so I'm really happy to see you here. Sorry. Back to
what's up,
Don't
Hillary?
be.
Hillary be coming with
Hello.
the facts in my comments.
Oh
section,
yeah,
I swear.
I saw those. I'm like, oh my god, you're so much smarter than me. It's not even funny.
he is on point.
I'm
So-
surprised Hillary isn't
I've
doing
read
a
I've
channel
read so
herself.
many of her comments on your video, the lost my train of thought. I was gonna say a
On
specific
her
video. I
videos,
think
yeah.
it's the Aqua video.
Like yeah, on one
I'm
of my
not sure.
videos too, I went through and I'm like I have it on the YouTube Studio on my phone. I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's like a paragraph. I hit show more. It's like 20 paragraphs. I'm like, man, this keeps going. Like, what the heck? This is awesome.
It is
You know,
such
make your own video with that.
every word of it. I love it.
Like I know
No,
when
it's
you
not the
got
Aqua
you
video.
and
It's the personification of light. That video.
Oh yeah.
It's that one.
like Michelle, I know when you and Landy were doing your video, you guys were talking about Hillary as well. And yeah,
Yep.
just put that into a video.
Yeah.
Seriously, those would do really well.
It was a nice.
I mean, if mine do well, yours would do really, really well.
Yeah. I feel like Hillary has like four
my
arms.
crackhead theories do well.
Honestly, I think everyone.
Did somebody call me?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Okay, so am I reading both parts of this? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
I can do that.
I can read the second part. I don't mind.
Okay, so then you will be.
This is like middle school all over again.
Pay attention to the whiteboard. Listen to the teacher.
No. I can't see the board.
Getting like bad flashbacks.
Can I move to the
Brought
front?
my
I can't
glasses
see
at
it.
home.
Someone keeps throwing books at me. Can I go to the front of the class?
Oh man.
Sorry, I couldn't make it to class. I was stuck in the locker.
Damn, that's like a very retro school. Jeez,
Axel keeps
1950s.
bullying me.
Like, kids don't get locked in the lockers.
1950s.
No
I had
more.
lockers. Hello?
No. What I'm saying is like, getting bullied in that way isn't really prevalent today. Nobody's getting a swirly. or
I
anything
technically got shoved into a locker, but it was just because I had a cast on and they wanted to be a jerk.
Oh no. Man, I was.
Now
super-
people just beat each other up in the bathroom.
Hi.
I can attest to
Captain
that.
Kai, and I
School
trauma
life is
dump.
like the game Bully.
Yes.
Really good game. We should get into it.
What game?
Sorry for detracting.
What was it? One more time. Sorry, I keep.
Bully. It's like, think of GTA,
Oh
but
yeah,
a school version.
yes. Yep. which is exactly why they will never remaster that, because as soon as they do, someone's going to put a gun in there, and that's going to be on the news again.
It's kind of weird being the only one with my face on. So
Wait,
I
am I
mean,
not on?
Gumby's over here with it, and Axel did have his camera on, but I don't
Oh,
know
no.
what happened.
There are 3 people.
I only-
Yeah, there's 3.
on-
I know Mystic has his, and Gummy Phone has his, and then
Yeah,
Oh,
Mystic
don't.
and Gummy Phone also have theirs.
well, I can't see them,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try.
it might not just be shown for you for some reason.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm trying to
I think
turn
my
mine
connection
off,
might
turn
just
it
be a
back
little
on.
shitty if it's going out sometimes.
Yeah, Axel's is blank for me. Here, I'll try to
Yeah,
turn mine
Axel's is
on.
blank.
We'll
yeah,
see.
my laptop's not.
Well, then
No.
before we get started on these questions, I will refresh this and be right back.
Okay.
I mean, I usually have my camera off anyway, so nothing different for me.
I was supposed to have it on. It's on my screen. It's just not on the screen.
Yeah, it's just blank. Oh,
we
hey,
grooving?
it's Captain Kai.
There we go.
Hi.
That's one more.
What's up?
All right,
I'm gonna be
Metro
alone.
Axel, come on.
Okay. I'm
Metro, I
gonna
don't
dip
care
out
what
and
you
then
say.
try to
You're
come back
always
in then.
blank. Like,
Axel's gonna put it on. I'm gonna be the only one in here. I have no video. I don't actually have
why
a camera.
though? Oh, okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah,
I get that.
this doesn't have a webcam.
This is what you do.
I'm thinking about
Order
buying
one.
one. I just
I wouldn't want to
Just to
torture you
get
guys
one.
with that 480p quality anyway.
I had the
Avert your
option. I
eyes.
could have.
I did get
Order
this
one, bro.
freaking awesome Kingdom Hearts board game. Like yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yo, there's Axel.
Oh, nice. You got a haircut?
I can't wait to
Give me
play.
one sec.
Exactly square pair.
It's like
Axel's
either
just,
picking up video or audio for me.
Metro's just
not-
a
it's
M
not
forever.
working.
Yeah, I'm just an M forever. I am M for Masters. That's who I am.
Hey, turn
Faceless
that upside
entity.
down. You got yourself a W. That's what's up.
Yep. I will forever be the Master of Masters.
Webba.
That's what I've been doing in
Oh
my other
God, I'm
videos
sorry if you
with
could
the
hear my
whole-
typing.
The whole
Nah,
VR
you
chat
good.
thing.
Okay, Axel's struggling.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys like ever stream and then you're playing a game or streaming and then like whenever you're not streaming, your user controller, it doesn't sound too loud, but as soon as you stream, your controller sounds like it's like an airplane or something. It's like you move the analog stick slightly and it
Oh
makes
my
like an
God.
echo in an auditorium. I'm like,
Bro,
bro, my
you
controller
remember that
doesn't
time I
sound
dropped
loud.
you?
Like,
Remember when I
I
dropped
use-
in and you had no game audio?
Yeah, like, I used a Xbox controller. I'm like, that analog stick, it's crazy loud.
yeah.
Get yourself a
Whenever I
GameCube
was in
controller.
my
That
last
should go
apartment,
hard.
Whenever I
I
do,
do have one.
Nah, I used to have one.
whenever I do a
purple and yellow.
recording, like the AC would kick on, and I'm like, I'm trying to record,
Yeah, same for me,
Yeah.
except for
Well-
my computer fans would like take off into the stratosphere, and I'm like,
I guess
I literally just have Chrome open. My fans will just like start whirring up like they're gonna launch.
Yeah.
Oh, am I
Probably
too
that's my
loud?
PS4,
Is that what they're saying? Do I need to turn down?
You are like loud, but not too loud.
Yeah, you're good.
Am I able to change that, or do you? I don't know how this works. I don't know what this
Am I
is.
too loud?
Mm-mm.
Let's see. I think you can.
I don't know how to change stuff on this.
I don't
Oh.
think you can change it. It just takes your input. I mean, I use a Yeti microphone, so I have the gain on the back of it, but I don't know
Yeah,
Mm.
like
for
I have my
yours.
gain value.
I don't
Fair
know
enough.
what's going
I
on with
also-
my mic.
Hold on. Let me before I start wiggling stuff.
Yeah, that would have like blew my ears out. No, I'm just kidding. his whole boom arm falls down. That would have been loud.
It like hits his head.
Can y'all hear me okay?
I do that all the time. I'm like recording, and I caress my microphone slightly, and it sounds like an explosion on the other side. I'm like, dude,
Okay,
I like
I'm gonna
barely
try to-
touched it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to turn it down in my mixer and see if that does anything.
It might. I mean, if
Hold on,
not,
hold
it's
on.
fine.
Hold on, I can do this.
I gotta get a boom arm. I have
Is
one
that
for my other
better?
microphone, but I don't have one. Yes, that's better.
Okay.
You
Am
can
I
actually
on
turn it
par
up a
with
tiny
people
bit.
or
You
just
can
a
turn
bit?
it up a
Okay.
tiny bit.
We
Can
good?
y'all hear me okay?
Captain
Yeah.
Kai, if you want to turn it up just a tiny bit,
Okay.
I don't know about.
I turn it up about 6 decibels.
That sounds good.
Okay. Here, I'll listen back on your stream and see.
I am a little deaf too, so just don't mind that.
Me too.
Yeah, I got
Michelle
like
coming back in.
it's weird. I'm going to the doctor's for it, but I gotta get the appointment. Insurance isn't waiting.
Yeah.
Nobody's.
Pajama said she's back.
I heard that.
Man,
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
alone with no video. I feel ostracized. I'm just kidding.
I'm not sure.
Is she stuck in the waiting room? Backstage,
Oh my
whatever it's
God.
called?
I already added her onto the feed.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, her video's not up. That might be a little. He's on my computer, so I didn't even do anything.
Is that your Is that your computer fan?
Yes, that is my computer. You guys can hear that?
How many fans do you have in your computer?
One, it's just right next to my microphone. I had it.
No.
Well,
You have to upgrade. You gotta upgrade.
All right,
It took
I'm not gonna
off.
lie. I have it on set on different profiles, so it's like silent, performance, and turbo. I put it on turbo because I was like, I just want to see how loud it is, and I'm like, that's pretty loud.
You go brrr.
No, but I have
It
6
doesn't
fans.
sound loud here, but I guess it's right next to the microphone. So
You gotta add more fans so it can lessen the power
Oh,
of how
yeah.
much the one fan is working.
no, I've got I actually need to get one of those like the little like mat things where I could put like a fan, like the little laptop fan things. Gotta get
Yeah.
one of those. While I'm at it, I gotta get a boom arm too.
She's probably just resetting the browser. It says, "Do you see my chats here?" Yeah. Yeah, we see your chats.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want one of those table booms.
Those are
The
nice.
ones
Yeah.
that bolt down to the. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with my desk is it's like an old desk. It's like an antique desk. So like the sides of it are like so thin that like I had to
Been
like
there.
put it sideways. Yeah. I want to get a new desk, but I'm like, I don't want to because I might be moving soon. So I don't want to commit to
What
it.
I
and then have to
did-
take it apart.
The base play is to buy a $50 picnic table and just go with it. It works.
Right.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, no, it's
It's like
smart.
it's a big black plastic $50 desk. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Well, cheap.
Honestly, I'd rather do that because I don't need to buy a desk from IKEA. It's going to take me 3 days to put together.
Oh my God. Oh, IKEA works too.
Like even this gaming chair that I bought off Amazon, it took me a little bit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got one of those off of Amazon. I had it done in like an hour though.
I mean, it didn't take me too long, but it's like the creakiest thing. I like moving it. You know,
I'm not good at building those things.
I put it on. I
was
actually put
working
the
as a
seat on
transmission
backwards, so I had to
builder
like
for the
take it
past
apart.
4 years, so.
So, do you guys
So what
think?
is everybody working on lately? Like what kind of projects or whatever?
Part 2 to the video I uploaded.
Yeah.
That
was
and,
freaking fire, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I'm
appreciate
looking
it.
to trigger Kingdom
It
Hearts
was
2
good.
fans. That's about it.
Hey, don't do that. We are the,
That's fair. Captain Kyle, I just watched your reaction video to it, and like when I got to the part with Starletto, you were like, you screamed, you were like, what? I was like, I started laughing so hard. I'm like, that was me.
Can y'all hear
I
me?
love Strelitzia. Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea who she was when I saw it, and I'm like, cool, someone else I don't know.
That makes it. Hold on, that makes it better.
Heresy.
People are saying that's a problem because she's a mobile game exclusive. Think about back when Chain of Memories was a mobile game, you know, handheld.
GBA.
It's the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Using the formula.
That's true.
Let's go.
I mean, same thing with PSP. You know, with Birth by Sleep, that was also mobile. And Dream Drop Distance, that was also mobile. You know, like
PSP
what's
did
with
too, but
like what's
Mobile
with
gaming just
actual Kingdom
evolved
Hearts
into
games
what it
being
is.
on, what's with actual Kingdom Hearts games being on Nintendo consoles in the past, and then we got nothing now.
It's really annoying. To
Like,
me.
come on, man! Like, at
Phone
least put like
because
Missing Link
the
in.
handheld scene,
They dropped the new iPhone. Everyone got them.
it's not going great. Like,
I don't want to have to buy a new phone for Missing Link, but I can't. But it's content.
get you a
Yeah.
galaxy.
It's
and
the
you're good.
choice. It's either eat or make content. It's kind of one of those.
Make content every time.
We all make
Decide.
sacrifices.
Yeah, make content. It's content.
Yeah.
Starve yourself,
How
not your
many
viewers.
seekers are there?
Yeah,
so
it's like
far-
you starve yourself.
Or you
Do
can
it
make
for the vine.
and have both.
Lose 10 hours of sleep editing so that your viewers can lose their sleep watching the video you made.
It's a win-win.
basically.
It is. Except for my
Square
work
says,
ethic.
how many seekers are there? There are 13 so far.
Like in our group. They're 13.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I think so, yeah.
Whoa.
That's
We
very
can't
Well,
add
you're
it.
right. That is 13.
All right, when there's 14, you bully the 14th. Make them feel like they don't
Yeah,
exist.
there you go.
Exactly.
Listen, we can't have another Shion arc, please.
Another.
You got all of us are going through depression.
Okay, ruin me.
Once we get 20, we'll split into a click of 13 and a click of 7.
That's right.
Like I
Who wants
said,
to eat some
the-
sea salt ice cream?
Constant
though?
fighting.
That's the thing.
Constant fighting.
That,
like
that's
I
the thing,
said,
though.
all-
See, there would be sea salt ice cream in that deal.
You know what I kind of noticed?
It's not mean if it's their destiny.
Right.
Sorry, go
There
on.
are 13 seekers.
I mean, look at
There are
Final
13
Fantasy
seekers
7
in our
and Final
group,
Fantasy
and-
13.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wait, okay.
What's
so
the longest you guys like edited in one sitting? I'm kind of curious. Or like, what's the longest you spent editing?
6 videos.
Probably a whole day.
Yeah, 20 hours.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, I think
Whole
so.
day.
I mean, one time I edited from like 5 p.m. to like 5 a.m. on a work night. So that was fun.
I
The
usually have best inspiration in the morning, like at 3 a.m., and I'm like, all right, time to work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
that's
to
me.
eat.
Trying to
I forgot to eat during my repos video.
I did that. I've done that before. I edit and record and edit, and I forget to eat food and drink water. Well, actually, I have water next to me so I don't die. But like, it's and even though my
Body's kinda
videos
not
are
good.
like more simple, they're not really like super in-depth editing. I want to work on that more. Like how Cap and Kai style. I really like your style videos. They're really well edited.
You may not, you don't see it, but that's like, I grew up making bull crap. So
That's fair. It's still something
You'll
to
get
work
there.
on. So hey, yeah. I'll just edit for 20 hours and work on it.
yeah. Oh my god, you know that 30-second intro?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate that it took me like 5-6 hours to make that.
It's really good though. It's worth it.
It's
worth
just
the watch.
cut in clips. and timing it to the music is what I was trying to do.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought about making an intro, but I was like,
Don't do it. You drop
I don't
viewers
want to.
quick.
It does.
Like, I can show
especially-
you.
yeah.
Like I dropped down to 40% like retention at the start of the video because of that. It's bad.
I mean, mine does anyway. So like, I would just be shooting myself in the foot already.
So I did something short and sweet, like
Yeah, like
Mhm.
quick and get it
Yeah,
out
like
of the way.
5, 10 seconds maybe, but
Yeah.
not 30 seconds like I did. That's bad.
That's pretty much what I do. I'm just like, hey, you know, Metropolis Days, whatever, put my logo up sometimes, talk about, and then wait like 40 seconds in for the, you know, obligatory subscribe. And did you know that only whatever percentage of my viewers, yeah, that whole thing. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that jazz.
Yeah.
I tried to put that in the middle, just
I try to.
gotta keep the
But no.
retention, man.
But that's the thing. Like, I'll either do it in like the first minute or I'll forget and then do it at the end. Or just
Yeah,
not put it
fair.
on at all.
I'm still learning though, so I just started
Yeah,
with
that's
scratch.
I mean, I started my channel a year ago. And my first 2 videos were about Kingdom Hearts, like the worlds I wanted to see in Kingdom Hearts 4. And then I did a couple Star Wars things, and then now I went back to Disney. I went back to Kingdom Hearts.
Are people still saying that they don't think Star Wars is in the trailer? Like,
No, I definitely think it
you-
is. Like, I 100% think it is.
Okay.
And I really hope there's an overlap there because I'll be able to make an hour-long video.
because I remember people saying that that was a stretch, and I'm like, are you delusional?
There's literally, like people post, you know, comparisons from like Battlefront 2, like the location of Endor and all that. Like, it's the same thing. It's the same picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how I feel about it is I think it's gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 4, but they need to do it right. If they're not
Yeah,
gonna do it right, do not add Star Wars into it.
Exactly.
Like, it's gonna ruin the
I saw someone say it was a lamppost.
I mean, like, come on. Like, do you not want a boss fight against Darth Vader along with Luke
I don't.
Skywalker? Like come on. bro.
I don't want any of that.
Terra has to
want
be
it far away
involved.
from
Terra
me.
has to be involved.
Good Terra
That's
gets
fair,
killed.
Bruh.
You know what?
I mean,
I would be
I
willing.
just want to see it.
I would be willing to do a more Darth Vader like fight scene if it were Ephemer telling Xehanort, "I am your father."
Oh, shit. Hold
Like-
up.
79 years is about 4 generations, which we'll get into in the interview. But
Yeah.
Then the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see, you know, more Luke Skywalker. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, like, imagine if it wasn't Endor and it ended up being like Revenge of the Sith or something, and it was like the prequels. I think that would. I don't really know how people would react to that either. I mean, I feel like people are kind of denying that it is Endor. I mean, we don't know obviously, but it looks like it. But I think that if it was like the prequel
Definitely
movies, like
does.
Revenge of the Sith, I feel like people would kind of. I don't really know how people would feel about that because I know people don't really. It's a mix for the movies itself.
I feel like if it's not Star Wars thing, they were showing the nature to show a contrast between the city environment.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Either that, or people thought it could be near Automata, which would also be really cool. Which means I would have to play that as well. It'd be an
Yeah,
excuse to play it.
I found that song "Way to the World." Oh my god, it's such a
It's such a good
gorgeous
song. I know it is. Song is amazing. It's in.
I've only heard
you-
some of the
it's,
agents.
it's funny though because you can play like a lot of the near soundtrack in Final Fantasy 15 when you're driving around. You can play the soundtrack. It's all in there.
Yeah.
My experience with Nier is I started the game, heard that lady singing in the first town of Replicant, and just sat there. That was it. No
I think I
progression.
might actually do a cover video of that song because it is just.
I heard that
so,
one was good.
So beautiful.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing. We were making jokes about like, oh, Resident Evil being in Kingdom Hearts, but it's like if Nier Automata is in Kingdom Hearts, they'd have to do a lot of changing for
There's
everything.
a possibility.
Yo, get Platinum on the team.
Dude, that
It
would be
did
so
have,
cool.
They did have the Nier raid in Final Fantasy 14, so
That is true. I
they
did
have
see
done a
that.
crossover.
I was thinking they were going to put a Kingdom Hearts raid in there. I was delusional.
I am like begging
That would
for
be-
a
that
Kingdom
would be-
Hearts, like side content.
I thought we were going to get that with the 20th anniversary. That was like one of my predictions. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, I saw that in your video. You're like, oh man, is this a Kingdom Hearts MMO? Like these graphics look crazy. Like, is this a Kingdom Hearts MMO? And I said the same thing. I'm like, all right, man, like this has to be an MMO. But I'm like,
And then I
like,
saw how muddy
said-
the textures were, and I started crying.
And I saw that, and I said it in one of my other videos. I was like, oh, you know, like why Kingdom Hearts will never get a real MMO because of Final Fantasy.
It just takes too long.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that too.
And as long
They
as
have a
you know,
Dragon
it took-
Quest MMO.
it took Final Fantasy
Yeah, but
14 that long just to be able to be
but-
successful that it's really not beneficial for Square. And since they just
Yeah,
sold
but
Tomb
Yeah.
Raider and
like,
Deus Ex and
in
all that,
Japan,
they're really not
phone
looking into taking
MMOs
risks.
in Japan, phone MMOs sell though.
They
Like
do.
that's
Oh,
like
Dragon
the
Quest
biggest
isn't a
gaming
phone
one.
MMO.
I think
I'm
that's
talking about
why
Dragon Quest X is like a full-fledged MMO.
I didn't actually know they had that. It's gonna be cool. I think that's
And
why
they just
It's
released
they're
like a
Chinese
Final
exclusive.
Fantasy VII MMO. Like
Hmm?
not
I think
really
that's why
full
they're
MMO.
making,
It's like a little like game you can like party up and stuff.
Yeah.
which is
There's
how it's going to be
a
for Missing Link as
YouTuber.
well.
I don't remember what his name is, but he's been making like somewhat hour-long videos explaining the decline of MMOs, where it went wrong, and how
Yeah.
we can solve the problem. You know, really a fantastic watch if you guys have time for it.
I probably
Because I
seen
would
some
really like
on
to
it.
see a resurgence of MMOs, but it's just the culture is just not right for it.
The culture's
Like,
gone to mobile.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cheaper
I
to
agree with
develop
that.
for too, and if they make it free to start, let's be real, free to start, and people get hooked into it. And I mentioned that in my last video as well with the whole microtransactions with Missing Link. Well, inevitably have. It's gonna be like every single mobile game has a point to where if it's free to start, there's gonna be a hard cutoff to where you're gonna have to pay for it, and especially a PvP is in it, just like how Kingdom Hearts Union X had PvP in it. Like you had to spend a lot of money to make it like a viable kit and get meta, which I feel like they would repeat in Missing Link. It's smart. It's smart. Like why? Like have people come for the Kingdom Hearts story and then stay for the PvP and raids and all that.
That's something I wish
I
they could
just,
add to like KH4.
I do want to reply to Cool Limp real quick. You can't compare FF14 though. Yoshi P inherited a mess of the game, and only over time did it become good. I beg to differ
Exactly.
because 1.0 was actually a really good game. The only thing about it was that it was incomplete, and the engine was difficult to work with. But otherwise, I had more fun back then than I'm having nowadays in Final Fantasy 14. Honestly, nowadays
See-
it's very carried on the stick, and it's boring to me.
The problem is that I started the free trial on my PlayStation and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop playing this on my PlayStation. I want to play it on PC. So I waited for a while because they didn't let you do the free trial at all because there was too many players. So I waited and I just got the free trial again on my computer and I'm like I'm debating on whether I want to start it or not because I'm like I want to start it. One, for content, and two, I'm like,
The story's pretty good.
Do I need another? I've got like 3 Final Fantasy games I'm playing right now. Do I need another one to
You don't need another. No.
But I, the content,
Get to it when you get to it. Trust me. Get to it when you get to it.
No, yeah.
Don't overwhelm
I'm planning
yourself.
on it. I want to finish at least 15. I put that one off.
I actually stopped playing 14 just so I could make some Kingdom Hearts videos because it was
No,
a
I'm
problem.
sorry, but I
don't need
agree with
videos,
Cool Imp here. I definitely think that with the right leader, a bad MMO can become a good MMO.
I mean, we've seen it happen.
Well, what I'm saying is, look at what's going on with Final Fantasy because they're turning it into a single-player game, and it's been a single-player game since about A Realm Reborn. It's not an MMO. It's a glorified matchmaking room. Let me put it that way.
I saw a video. I forgot who it was by. I know what the video is. I just don't remember who it was by. But basically, he said that Final Fantasy wasn't built as a MMO RPG. He basically said it's an RPG MMO. Like it's an RPG first and foremost with MMO aspects instead of the other way around.
I think
Which makes total sense.
I think that was Jesse
And that's
Cox.
why I want to start it. I think it was Jesse Cox. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I
was watching
am in
Asmodee
no way
react
saying
to
the
it.
story is bad or anything. It is a great game, and I do recommend 14. But after playing it all these years, I am just bored out of my mind with it. It's gotten to
That's fair.
a
Yeah,
place
it's
where I
the
don't really
burnout.
like it.
I found
No,
that
not even
MMO
burnout.
aspects are more in the raids. The raids are really good
For some
until you get
reason,
the
I
toxic
kinda,
players.
for some reason, I always sometimes I get burnt out of games really easily. Like I played like 70 hours of Elden Ring in like the first 3 days or 4 days, and I just burnt myself out. I keep coming back there and again, but for some reason I burn myself out really easily with a lot of stuff, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Some people are like that.
Yeah, and then some people can play the same game for 300 days straight. Yeah, 358 over 2 days straight, and then just keep going. It's crazy.
I still don't understand what that title means.
What
Like,
title?
I think it's the year that Sora was in sleep.
But it,
Well,
he stays in the
there's that.
organization for
358.
358.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
350.
like 358 over 2 days. The year that he was asleep, and like the division between Roxas and Shion there being this, like
Okay,
one
Yeah.
or
that
the
makes
other.
sense. I kind of figured that's what it was.
Yeah, because I always took it as 358 days shared by 2 people.
oh,
I thought it was Roxas and Sora as well. I thought it was like, oh, Roxas and Sora, both their journey, because Roxas is a part of Sora, was. But it was also,
and
I
Sora
don't
has
know, I mean,
And then 358 is also like the cutoff from, because the 7 days of vacation after that, you know, in the
Yeah,
data
that's fair.
world.
Yep.
I also, when I started, I didn't even know Kingdom Hearts existed until like 2018, because I didn't have a PlayStation until 2018. I got it for a graduation gift. But
Wow.
like,
Wow.
I remember when I first, yeah, I know it's sad. Well, I remember when I first saw, like, I booted up
Yo.
1.5, 2.5 Final Remix, and I was looking through the titles. I didn't know anything about them. And I was like, 358 over 2 days? What the heck kind of title is that? Were they, like, high when they made that or something? I remember that.
That's how I, that's how I felt with 0.2
Like,
fragmentary
well,
passage, last chapter or whatever. Final
I mean,
prologue.
You guys are gonna hate me, but I haven't even played Kingdom Hearts 1 yet. I keep putting it off.
You haven't played.
You haven't played Kingdom Hearts
Wait. Hold
one?
on. Pause. You said that you didn't play Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay, I played a little bit of it, but I haven't.
No. I don't want to hear what you're trying to like tell me about.
Uninstall Final Fantasy 15. Go play Kingdom Hearts 1.
Right, like that makes no sense to me.
Honestly.
See, I called it. No, yeah,
It's okay.
Fake-
One of my friends hasn't
fake
played
fan,
Kingdom
I'm a
Hearts
fake
2
fan,
yet,
don't
so.
But that's 3 though.
Nah.
Like
I
you
played
already
3 like
the
4
Golden Age.
times. So
Yeah, I had a data corruption and I lost my first Kingdom Hearts 3 file, and then I went for the completion file.
Are you sure you didn't play Recoded? Bad joke, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I beat it twice on my PlayStation, and then I beat it again on my PC because God forbid I got to pay full price for it on PC just to be able to get mods. But I finally
Oh
been
my
doing a
God.
critical run.
I'm a shill, dude. I did that like week 1.
I didn't have a good computer until now, so I was like, I really want to get it, and I'm like
I bought it before people even started modding it.
That's fair. The game does look incredible on PC.
It was such a bad choice. I should have waited for a sale. I haven't even like started a file.
I don't think it's been on sale. I think it's just been $60 the whole time.
Yeah, there was a like somewhat of a sale like a few months ago, but it wasn't anything big.
Like it sucks. There's not even a Golden Weeks. Like the Golden Week sales are on right now. It's not even Golden Week sales for that, which is unfortunate.
I feel like we should start on these questions here. If one of us wants to read them out, that'll be really cool.
I would, but the thing's so tiny.
okay. So, I guess I'll just read both parts then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the interviewer. First of all, congratulations on the 20th year anniversary. Nomura says, thank you very much. Also, I think someone has an echo.
It
Could be
might
me.
be me, but
Okay.
I'm trying to keep away from any audio.
Second question, how does it feel to have been with these? How does it feel to have been with these series for 20 years? Nomura says, it's still a hard fact to grasp, to tell you the truth. I have nothing but lots of gratitude to everyone who have supported the series. So for anyone who doubted when I say I'm a weak reader, this is what I mean. Sorry. Okay. Question 3. And it has been 3 whole years since Kingdom Hearts 3, huh? Nomura said, indeed. And inside those 3 years, we released tons of big things such as Melody of Memory, the PC ports, and even the Nintendo Switch Cloud ports. Which, I don't know, that seems like an odd flex to me.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah, after saying, "Hey, we're going on hiatus," by the way. Like, what?
The cloud ports is just horrible.
Like, I didn't try, but that's all of the headlines and thumbnails that I saw was just how much it sucked. So,
Yeah.
Oh, the cloud port. Sorry, I was dumb. I'm dumb.
It's like for
There-
the cloud ports. It's
There were a lot of
almost like you're
people
trying to
who were
run-
into it regardless. I
clickbaited
actually
the
have
hell
a
out
friend
of
who's
that.
like the only
So
friend that got
good.
to play Kingdom Hearts that said the only way I'm playing is getting the cloud version.
The cloud ports is like the like for example, the cloud ports is almost like playing Kingdom Hearts 3 on a Dreamcast almost. Like it was horrible. Like
I'm
I'm sure you all have seen that video, the HMK video where he was playing on critical, and then it just lags and he dies immediately. And he's like, "What was that?"
Yeah, it's a
love
mess.
that.
I don't watch any
It
HMP.
is.
Would
I
it
just
be
saw the clip because it was blown up. Sorry, go ahead.
Would it be better if we made my screen the full screen, the one with
Yeah.
Yeah,
questions?
sure.
I feel like
Sounds
people could
good.
read them then.
yeah.
Like, I don't mind reading them out.
Oh, whoa.
Okay,
Hi.
okay, perfect.
Oh, it's readable.
yeah,
yeah.
that's all I was saying. Like that's
There we go.
perfect.
Okay, and then I can also be closer without my face being zoomed into the camera. So,
Perfect.
where was I? Okay. Next question. According to our staff who was at the event, they said they could feel the passion of the fan base inside the event. Nomura says, yes, I'm so glad that the series has inspired both young and old people alike, given that this was a collaboration project with Disney. The interviewer and Nomura then discussed his secret message. This is where we get that comment from Nomura previously, where he said that none of the staff have figured it out. Let's scroll back a little bit. My camera's in the way.
Weak mindsets.
We've heard that Kingdom Hearts 3 is being developed using Unreal Engine 5 and that the trailer was in Unreal Engine 4. We're going to assume that was a typo and meant Kingdom Hearts 4 is being developed in Unreal 5. Even though that was an older version, it still looks stunning. Nomura said, yes, we are carrying on with the development using Unreal Engine 5. By the next time you see Kingdom Hearts 4, it will most likely be already completely into the new engine. By the next time, that does not mean in the near future. Famitsu, I don't know how to say that.
Famitsu, yeah.
Famitsu hammers the point that we don't see anything past E3's period, which we've known previously.
I believe that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is also being developed in Unreal Engine 5. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard a couple things around. It might be.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Why did you want to hold the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event at Shibuya Hikari?
Yeah.
Hikari? Ah,
Got it.
Okay.
Japan is hard, don't worry.
Shibuya is such a worldwide landmark, and I felt it would be an easy choice for the event.
World's with you.
Well, next one, actually.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Regarding Shibuya, we know that characters from The World Ends With You appear in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, so is there any connection to that? He says no. I've noticed that some fans have speculated that the Shibuya in The World Ends With You, or that the world that Jack's friends come from in Stranger of Paradise, have some connection to Quadratum. But I'm the one person that can tell you that no, there is no connection to those at all.
I agree.
Before we move on to the
I
next
agree with that.
question, I'm obviously
I-
stating, the truth there. However,
Yeah, I have
I do
something to say
think-
on this.
Yeah.
that we can get details from that game and apply it to Kingdom Hearts so that we can figure out what's going on here. You know what I mean?
Correct. Like a
Like how they handle the
storybook, like
afterlife.
it's telling the story of what is happening in a different world. But Kingdom Hearts realm, like if the worlds are parallel, would still be going through those events.
I mean,
Right.
Dream Drop Distance kind of carried like some resemblance to that as well.
Sure.
Like they
Like
wouldn't.
I swear
there
we're gonna
wouldn't be
get a
no
scene where
connection to that.
I think we're gonna get a scene where we see Sora see Riku, freak out, not be able to interact with him. It's just gonna be sad because Riku's not gonna see him.
Yeah,
That's true.
I feel.
Okay.
Sad baby boy.
Nomura never lied to us, not once,
Option
not ever.
focus. What?
Is the room where Sora wakes up also in Shibuya? That is, I'm assuming, a city in Japan. Minami Aoyama. I'm so sorry. In terms of location. However, the original location is different from the view from the balcony, so we will have the Osaka staff go there for location scouting later to make adjustments for the later revisions of the game. So I'm assuming that is a real world place.
Yeah.
Yes.
People have found the building, yeah.
It's just a little
The
like,
exact room and
apartment
everything.
complex.
So
I think
I
they found everything that was shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's just like an apartment building.
So I will admit defeat here that
They're
clearly
playing Geoguessr.
the one and the only theory I've clung to desperately, other than Subject X, is that Unreality is a realm of video games. I concede defeat. Clearly, it's not a realm of video games. I'm on board. So,
Yeah,
just putting that out there.
yeah.
So next question. So it is set up to that extent. Nomura says, yes, that's right. We have also specified the layout of the rooms, but the furniture, etc., has not been specified yet. So the interior will be changed. That room will be the base of operations in the early stages of the game. So I guess it's going to be like our Twilight Town.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What kind of world is Quadratum? In Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, it was described as the other side of reality, known as Unreality, a fictional world. Does that mean it does not belong to the world of light, the world of darkness, or the world in between? He says that is correct. And I find it interesting he left it there.
No elaboration, please.
Clearly, that was the entire purpose of that question. So,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have a feeling that's how the game's going to play out, too.
In Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, someone who knew Quadratum appeared. Will she appear in Kingdom Hearts 4? He says, that is still a secret, I'm afraid. As I said at the event, he's talking about the nameless stuff. Okay. That is still a secret, I'm afraid. As I said at the event, there was a time when I was not sure whether I would choose to name this title Kingdom Hearts 4 or Virum Rex. But she is originally a character from Virum Rex, I'll say that much. So that's the nameless star.
All right, Nomura, whatever you say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all knew that.
Yeah.
So, okay. And the interview says, I see. Not an appropriate response. That's okay. I feel like the appropriate response is, yes, but can we get to the rest of these questions and re-answer them? Anyway, Nomura says, to be frank with you, I was worried that Yuzora wouldn't be well received, given that the Japanese fans didn't sound very welcoming to his appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3. Sorry, I had to take a breath. But I'm glad they proved me wrong. The hype for Virum Rex is certainly high, with a bitter laugh. I don't know what a bitter laugh sounds like, but I like to describe it.
He's like,
Next, they talk about the narrator in the trailers and the tie back on how it was a character we've known and how the voice actor did two tones and such. The interviewer says, I noticed the logo changed tone. I think I've noticed that. Nomura says, to signal that we have started a new saga, we decided to change the logo. The font and logo design do look simplistic compared to the previous, but although it is simple, I made sure that it would still capture the essence of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
it too.
agree. I like it.
It's not as dramatic.
In the trailer, the narrator talks about the society of heirs and the society of non-heirs. Could you explain more about that? Nomura says, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is a story that takes place about 4 generations after Ephemer was alive. The main family that carries his bloodline is known as the Society of Heirs, while the Society of those who do not carry his bloodline are known as the Society of Non-Heirs. Which, honestly, I find that fascinating.
Question.
4 generations
that's really
after he was
interesting.
alive. That's kind of a big deal. I mean, I guess that disqualifies him from being that cloaked guy who took Xehanort to the island. I guess I misread that earlier, though.
But that means Eric is Ephemer's lineage because he's an heir and a blue blood.
I just thought about this. So you know that symbol that like shows up in like the land of departure and all that?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the symbol of the heirs? The society? Or no?
Could be.
That's a strong possibility.
Because there's also the other symbol that is like the unverse symbol. And like that shows up a lot in Scala text. Sorry, I'm like a Scala text nerd. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, but that's a huge possibility.
That would
I
mean
don't know if I want to address Drek before we move on. So Espemer's descendants are treated better than everyone else, Alpampus. I don't know if this is exactly going to be a divide where, you know, people are necessarily treated better than others, but like you might be able to see a Disney movie kind of like Princess and the Frog to compel that narrative where you do have a division between classes, you know.
Right, and Princess of the Frog.
What
you
that
even
leads me
see
to
in
think
Toy
about
Box
is
World, like you see the frog.
say Dr. Facilier as Luke Sword and Prince Naveen as Demix. So Demix might be our royalty here, you know. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Dance water.
I feel like with all the ties to Melody of Memory and the fact that Demix plays a sitar, like is gonna allude to like some kind of like musical worlds in some way. At
Final
least one,
Fantasy IV.
sometime.
Your bard character was a prince. What's his name? Edward.
Okay. I guess we'll move on. Okay. Donald and Goofy are seen at the end of the trailer. How will the story develop if we know Sora is in the real world Quadratum? Nomura says, as you could tell, they are currently looking for clues regarding Sora's whereabouts. Sora looks more realistic because he is in Quadratum, and since Donald and Goofy aren't, they've retained their cartoony style. So I feel like that also reveals that Quadratum is in fact in our reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Quadratum is in our reality.
Like he
As in,
didn't
like,
It is?
like the interviewer specifically said in the real world parentheses Quadratum. And he said
Yeah, because it.
and he just doesn't do anything to be like, well, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I read into that as in like when Yozora's like, this isn't the real world. That's what I.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he didn't refute the claim.
Yeah, and when and he said, as you could tell, they're currently looking for clues regarding Sora's whereabouts. I saw a couple theories that Donald and Goofy were looking for Orin in the underworld, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's
They're on their way to Zandarkin.
yeah, right.
The other
Let them
world.
defeat the what is it from Final Fantasy X? Like the first sin or something? Was that like the giant thing? I think that's what it was. I don't remember.
Yeah, Sin.
I haven't played it. Sin, yeah. Donald and Goofy are gonna kill Sin. Sora's off in Quadratum. Yeah. So Sora's off in Quadratum, and Donald and Goofy are gonna go kill Sin.
I don't
That
know
sounds
if
about right.
that on their own.
I definitely don't think that Donald and Goofy can kill Sin, even if they wanted to.
I
Gosh.
think they just die in like 2 seconds, just like how they die like that in critical mode.
But they'd also
Well,
be
y'all saw how he reacted to Hades.
That's fair. So they're kind of scared of him too. Which, I mean, to be fair, He is the bane of a lot of critical runs in Kingdom Hearts 2, so I'll give him that.
True, that guy's crazy.
He
And if
is.
I understand correctly, if they were to kill Sin, they would become the next Sin.
Yes. It
That would
took
be some
Unitari
great lore for
defeating
these
Mugen
wholesome
and
Disney
switching to 4.
characters.
Oh my god. Daisy would be so pissed. Daisy Duck.
Should just be the heir to Sin or something.
Like, the
Or
way
something.
she reacted to his extended absence throughout the series, she would be so mad if he became Sin.
Goofy would just be like, well, guess this is my life now.
It's got to be
Well, it's your turn,
Orochimaru,
Max.
though.
Hey, pal, what happened to you?
Gosh.
The Dwarfika?
Let's see.
Fuck.
Hey, did you turn into a crystal like Sora did at the end of the if you lose it against your Zoro, did you turn to crystal like that?
Oh my god.
2 years. Yeah. Let's see.
So,
I think it's the next one about Missing Link. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
almost. So,
Okay, never mind. I can't read.
it's okay. What's the identity of the two black coats we see in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer? Nomura says, sorry, but that's the secret, and he laughs. However, what I
I hate this man.
can tell you is that alongside me, these other two people whose names I'm not going to massacre will be helping me write the scenario for Kingdom Hearts 4.
I think it was confirmed. It was who was it from? It was from Union.
One
or
of
Dark
them.
Road, or one of them.
Yeah,
One
Sigurd
of
or
them
something
is
in
a
the
writer
beginning?
for 15, I think.
Sigurd, I think that was his name. Maybe.
Oh, you're talking about
Somewhere.
that. Sorry.
Yeah, the black coat.
The narrator was confirmed as Sigurd for both trailers.
And
He
then
said
I
that
don't
in
know.
the past question, but it wasn't confirmed that it was Sigurd until the secret message was revealed.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I think the other one is hypothesized to be Alushu, just based on the way he's standing, but I don't really know.
I still think it's the Master of Masters and Xehanort.
That's young Master Xehanort. That's the only thing that makes sense from the point of view of where you remember in the beginning of the Remind DLC, Master of Masters asks young Master Xehanort, like, how was your trip? Like, how was the joyride or whatever, right? So where could they have went? And this would also play with how the Quadratum Sora is probably in the past or something like that. Because then we have a Master of Masters, a version of himself there, and then young Master Xehanort was wearing a coat, and he said it wards off darkness. So it just, I still feel like it's young Master Xehanort.
Yeah, I think it's him and the
It's
Master of
possible.
Masters. I think
I feel like that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
I didn't think about it till now, but that fits.
Well,
Yeah.
to Unreality versus the Kingdom Hearts reality, time doesn't matter at all. Like, it's outside of that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that
Well,
Sora
specifically
aged
the
in there, or that's
afterlife
just because of?
version of it.
I mean, if
It's
Sora's
probably-
technically
they-
dead,
Yeah.
would he age
They
Quad-
still?
specify this is a version of it that's like the afterlife for us.
Yeah, it's more than
That's
likely a
fair.
part of like a different timescape.
I mean, everyone keeps saying that, like, oh, Sora looks like a lot older. I mean, it could just be because of the realistic style. But, I mean, if he is
I'm curious
technically
if Sora's
dead, then
legal
would
now.
he still age?
They actually speak about that in the interview question.
Yeah, they do.
Question.
Sora's forever 17. Sorry, Axel.
Yeah, he has Goten syndrome.
Yeah, right. Never. I mean, technically, 16 is the age in Japan, but that's also across the ocean. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just want more. I want more about it. I know it's going to be a real long time. I hope it's not as long as from 2013 to like 2016 for when those two trailers were in between for Kingdom Hearts 3. But who knows?
So next question. Please tell us more about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, the game that was announced for smartphones alongside Kingdom Hearts 4's Lost Masters Saga. Nomura says, the Kingdom Hearts series currently spans 3 sagas/arcs in total. You have the Seekers of Darkness saga that goes until the end of the Limit Cut of Kingdom Hearts 3, and the Lost Masters saga that will be the Kingdom Hearts 4, which I find interesting. The third saga is the Key saga, which encompasses Kingdom Hearts Key, the browser game, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and finally Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is a title that fills in the blanks and will function as a bridge-like work connecting 2 games together. Translator note, he reiterates how Missing Link is between Union Cross's finale and the beginning of Dark Road.
I'm excited for it, just for the 100-year gap in gameplay and all that jazz.
Yeah.
I'm
And
falling
same
for
thing.
that for it.
Square
It's gonna be
Paris says
awesome.
Missing Link is about to be the best KH game ever made. I mean,
Right.
it's gonna have multiplayer, 6-man multiplayer, I believe.
It's like
You
this.
can finally play with friends.
I just hope it's also online multiplayer. You don't have to be like in person because I was.
I hope there's going to be a
hearing somewhere.
PvP aspect to it too.
Yeah, I just made a
Yeah,
video on that. I was like, there needs to be. There has
Yeah,
to be.
I am,
we
especially
need
with the
something
expanded
like that,
combat.
like for the competitive
It's long
people out there
overdue.
needs to scratch that itch.
Yeah, so I can whale on this game for a purpose. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
exactly.
I am curious about how they're going to complete the Radiant Garden events. Is it all going to come out in Dark Road? Is
Oh my-
Missing Link going to explain it? Because that's the real Missing Link, is what happened all during that
Yes.
time in Radiant Garden.
Hey, Missing Link, exactly. We'll
They
never
better.
know.
Or I'm gonna have some strong words for Mr. Nomura.
Will you though? I
Oh.
mean, I don't know.
That's on period. Yeah, I'm going.
That's actually a good question. Full Silver said. It said, "Do you guys think that the mansion belonged to Era? And if so, in Kingdom Hearts 4, do you
See-
think he will return to Twilight Town?" There's a huge possibility of that. Honestly, there's a lot of
It's-
symbols.
That's where I
really
see
hard
that
to say
unicorn
what's
everywhere I
wrong with
fucking
it.
look.
Yeah, there's unicorns literally everywhere, and the only person who lives like that are the foretellers, where they have like some sort of like shrines everywhere that
Yeah.
that's dedicated to themselves, and we see it multiple times throughout the games. If like, for example, if like how Roxas has a room, there's like different X's everywhere, and and so on. Or Ventus, there's a lot of things that resemble his character, so it's a
And-
huge possibility.
Never mind.
No. Say what you
I
guys
think
say.
there's a lot of signs of struggle in the mansion too, as if there were a lot of fights.
Struggle?
there was a fight in
Exactly,
there.
like everything's
Somebody
broken
say
up,
struggle?
everything's like
Ooh,
places
struggle.
ran down. Like you can look
Struggle.
inside and tables are broken. You see windows are broken and stuff. There's a whole white room.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
Like it's not just
Naminé is
disrepair;
first
it's actual like somebody was fighting
Yeah.
in there.
You could
Let's beat
tell
the
But,
crap out of
yeah.
Vivi and Struggle.
What I was gonna say was, in Twilight Town, the Skalin tech shows up again. I'm just saying.
Where?
It's just in different font. It's on posters. Specifically
It
Kingdom
is
Hearts
there,
3.
isn't it?
I don't know about Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
I think
Interesting.
Kingdom Hearts 2 they didn't even have it yet. But
They might not have, yeah, just because of the simple.
it could just be the Kingdom Hearts new font that they're using.
I actually like it. I don't mind it. I mean, because it is more, air quotes, simple, because it is real life. I guess. I don't know if that's really what they're going for, but I like it.
To Square versus guys, the truth is the mansion belongs to me now. Let's fight.
First rule about Fight Club.
Where did they even get the data for that
Don't
world?
talk about
First
it.
off, where did they get that
For-
data?
for the-
Diz,
for the fake-
explain?
For the fake world?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, aren't they living there, though? Like, don't they live in the
Who?
mansion?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the basement of the mansion in the whole town, so wouldn't they just make a copy in Unreal Engine
I'm
4
just
or
saying, how
something?
did Diz find this shit?
There's
He
a
probably
lot of
used that in
mysteries that they have to
Coder,
touch
like,
up
he
on.
had-
Diz
Yeah.
over there in Radiant Garden, like, yeah, Twilight Town, that's my home. What?
Of course, they couldn't just, you know, like can Roxas get to go to a beach? Like the only beach I think he's been to was in the dark dimension,
Destiny Island.
the world,
He went to
of
Destiny Island. He
darkness.
played frisbee.
That's fair, but like
Yeah.
not a part of Twilight, not a part of Twilight Town.
That's
That's
facts.
I wanna
Wait.
respond real quick. To Kula.
Well-
Nomura's a discovery writer, which means he makes it up as he goes along. He might have a rough outline, but it's barely used. Yes, in some regard, but no in a lot, because he gave us 13 anagrams like 20 years ago, and we're not just now solving the last two. So he's planned a lot of this for a long time, and it's very obvious.
He leaves breadcrumbs.
The whole series is a breadcrumb, a giant breadcrumb.
An expired loaf.
Yeah, pretty much. I got a
That
quick
Sora's
side
mom
note
was trying
here.
to give him Sora.
Would you guys ever want to live in like Twilight Town where it's always twilight, or like Daylight Town where it's always daytime?
I mean,
or something
Twilight
like
Town
that?
would be cool, but you know,
I mean, it would get kind of annoying everything being orange all the time. But
you'd
I'd
have to
still like
lock
it.
windows because they got Heartless and nobody's running around. But
Yeah, that's fair. that wall with the balls coming out and the trash can.
hell no.
I mean, just talking about the data world, but
You're just walking your dog, just a beach ball just flies past your head.
yeah, right. I do wish that we got more of Twilight Town and Kingdom Hearts 3, at least like up to the clock tower, but in the station.
I agree.
That would have been
Yeah, it
nice.
was a very
Like I want
tunnel vision
to,
type of
I want to
world.
explore all of Twilight Town. Is that so much to
Like
ask?
the
I mean,
underground
yes.
subway and all of it. That would have
Exactly.
been very.
like even that. I mean, yeah, it would have taken a long time to like update it and remake it, but like at least the Sandlot.
What I
Just have
want to
like
see,
some mini like arena down there, kind of like the Coliseum or something.
yeah, what I want to see is that broken down door that's in the mansion's basement where the computer is. There's actually a door as soon as you walk in. And it's funny, it's ironic how Tetsuya Nomura puts this here. I feel like it's something that's going to come back up. But when you walk up to that door, it says, oh, there's stuff blocking the way, you can't go. But then how come you can't go inside that extra door that's there? Like, why put a reaction command on it?
And why actually just make the door in general?
Just let the door be there and you can't do anything about it. Like they do it in Kingdom Hearts all the time. So how come you have
There
to
is
make
also
it?
I also think it's funny that I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's around there in the data world, I think. That the like right around the corner in the bottom part of the mansion is the recipe for the ultimate weapon, which I think it's really interesting that they put it there because that's where you start the game, and then that's where you find the end game item, which I think is pretty interesting. I mean, it's probably just a gameplay thing, but I think it's really interesting that like where you start is where your journey to get to the end of being strong is where it ends.
Yeah.
Hillary Slack said, if I had to be in a world that had constant time, I would want it to be early morning, less sunburns, and cooler temperature. Yeah, that's fair. Daylight time or like Scarlet Kylum would be pretty cool. I think that'd be cool with like the water and stuff like that.
I mean, I would live in the world that never was.
Yeah, I mean, I'd live in Hollow Bastion.
Who needs vitamin D anyways?
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, if you don't want the sun, just go to Nightmare for Christmas Town. Or really want to get into it.
Right.
So do we still have more interview questions?
We do.
Okay.
Are we ready to continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In the trailer, we can see the brain appears. Will he be the main character? Nomura says, no, he won't. The main character will be yourself. Much like Union Cross, the protagonist will be a custom player avatar created by yourself.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, there is something to be said here. Because now we have a second player character, and from what we can discern, the first player character his heart melted into Xehanort. So
Hmm.
it's kind of weird because now this other character has the potential to be Luke's sword somehow, because I know people have been speculating it might be Ludor or what have you,
Dueler.
So, I'll be interested to see how that plays out, especially with like a neutral gender to it. As he becomes a man as a nobody. The picture isn't really clear to me on it.
Or your player or your character will become Subject X.
What's that?
The character could become Subject X.
That makes
Possibly.
sense.
Memories,
Yeah.
just a thought.
It's interesting.
I do think, however, though, Luke's sword is from the other side and came into the Kingdom Hearts side at the point of Missing Link, and is, as you came up with the name Michelle Loder, but the dichotomy between Ludor and Loder isn't going to make a difference there. It's going to that's pretty much it,
And that was before we saw him as Yozora's driver.
Right.
So I am lucky at best about what I think about Luke's sword.
I always thought his name unscrambled to Dueler. Like,
Well, Ludor with American pronunciation is a Norse god. So it would
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Loder. And there's not a lot of information about this god, so it keeps him shrouded in mystery as a character.
Mm-hmm.
But he does actually complete a trio between. So I don't remember who I was talking to. It was one of you guys or somebody. But somebody had said Lushu might be Master Odin. And that makes a lot of sense because the three Norse gods that were around at the beginning of creation were Odin, Honir, and Loder. If Luke's sword is Loder and Lushu or Zigbar is Master Odin, that leaves one more person to complete their trio. Norse is actually big on their trios. Ephemer, I believe, might be that third character. So you've got somebody representing time, you got something representing space, and you've got somebody representing unreality, actually, or more specifically, antimatter between time and space.
But Lushu can't be Odin because if you go by the secret reports, which are not entirely accurate, he said that like the Greg body would be his last. So if it's his last body, he couldn't be Odin because he doesn't look like Odin now.
You said the Breg body, you mean?
Right. When he wrote the secret report in Kingdom Hearts 3, he said this vessel would become my last. So he can't, or something to that effect. Like, there's something in that secret report that says he cannot be Odin.
I gotta go back through just to verify. I am thinking, though, that Breg is Brain, however. That's what my thought process is on. And that Lushu is around, but they're using basically the fusion method and splitting apart to get resets in their ages the same way Terra and Master Xehanort did,
Yeah.
My only quandary with that is when in this, what is it, the secret episode or whatever, where they're like, Lushu, is that you? He's like, I haven't heard that name in a long time. And he says, yeah, it's still me underneath it all. So I don't know, unless but Brain and him are overlapping.
So do we know how many times he's changed bodies?
Yeah, it does say inside of
he says countless times.
Yeah, it does say in
one that really narrows it down.
That it's a bunch of different bodies that he jumped through.
I mean, if we knew how
many, he said, I've been through many semblances since.
Yeah, if we knew how many, if we knew how many bodies he went through, and just based on their age or whatever, we could kind of guess to see how many he went through. At least if it was through age, or he just got bored, or just wanted to do something else. and then obviously settled on Zigbar. Which it's so weird because like I want to call him Zigbar and Lushu, but I also don't. But like, well, because like
I
was
feel like
Zigbar the name that he was the person that he took over? Or?
No, I feel like there's more like
I'm thinking
a
along the
reason.
lines. I'm thinking along the lines that maybe he even like after Braig loses his heart, he comes and possesses that body. You know what I mean? And then we have our Zigbar.
Right. That's how I took it, at least.
Yeah, like.
Hmm.
But with Zigbar, I
'Cause,
feel like there's more of a
I mean,
reason.
technically, he could take a body at any point, I would think, in that person's life.
Yeah.
Sucks
He
to be them, I
could,
guess.
but if he's working with, I don't know. I really do think they've been doing the reset thing. Like that's what he really meant when he said, you know, it's a shame you can't live more than one lifetime. You know, because in this sense he can.
Right.
He discovered immortality, kind of,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And remember, you know, Lushu's plans were soiled a little bit because, like, remember how Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, Young Master Xehanort, you know, Apprentice Xehanort, wherever you want to say it is. Remember, he turned Lushu into a nobody, which is Igbar.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. There's a lot
I
of
do
stuff
think,
that needs to get touched
of-
up on.
It's a little
With
complicated.
the idea that he could be Master Odin, it would be ironic because it seems like there's some like a little bit of the concept that Lushu might be the Master of Masters also, but younger. I don't know. But it would be ironic if that were the case because he just keeps on losing an eye in every lifetime that he lives.
He does, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Does
So
he?
how many eyes
Almost
does he
that
have?
it's his destiny.
I mean, if Odin were Lushu, yes, but I mean, Braig's the only one who's lost an eye technically, besides, you know, the Master of Masters, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
But
know
that's
really.
assuming
Like
Odin
that's
would
just more of
or
a
could
pet
be.
theory, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I can get on board with it. I don't know. Odin seems suspicious for sure,
Yeah.
especially with Darkness like hanging out right next to him when he's checking on those bodies.
Seems a little sus to me.
That's a good question though. How did Odin get no name? Like what were the events that led to that?
Guess we'll find out when Dark Road decides to
get
come
there.
out in like 100 years.
I was about to
Well,
say, no, what they need to do is Xehanort needs to lose an eye, and it's just anyone who gets the Keyblade loses an eye. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe
goodness.
that is
Rip
it,
your
like
eye
a
out.
curse.
Come on, Nomura,
Coming
retcon
Naruto.
it.
Well, then how come Xehanort didn't lose it? Because he had
That's
it
what
for
I'm
a while,
saying.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Retcon it. Come on.
It's a fake eye. It's fake eye.
So if that's the case, wouldn't he get new eyes if he gets tainted by darkness?
Oh.
Touche. Passed on Odin, like when Lucy gave it to others beforehand.
Hmm.
And Odin
just funny,
kinda
though,
kept
that
it on
if-
the mantle wall.
Like, if young Xehanort is in Quadratum with all that, because we know that old Xehanort's time is done, but, like, young Xehanort's still just going to be around kicking.
Yeah, young Xehanort would like if it
He
is.
keeps going back in time.
Yeah, if it is, because remember, Xehanort could transcend time, so Xehanort being
Mhm.
dead is not real. You know, it's like something.
Yeah,
unless it's
only
like
only his
confirmed on
old
paper.
self died. Or maybe that's,
Yeah,
like,
like-
the end.
He
Like,
can go
after
back to being
everything.
young, he could go back to being young, somehow find his way in the afterlife. You know, it's possible,
Yeah, he could try.
but I don't know.
Yeah,
I would just rather get... Because I know this arc is going to be about the foretellers, so, you know.
Yeah, we know Xehanort
And the-
knows about unreality, so
And we haven't seen any of their faces yet, so it's probably important. Like, if we haven't seen the character, what they look like, it's probably important. I mean, I was thinking more for specifically Master of Masters. Like, we haven't seen him yet. So it's either not important to the Xehanort saga, or it's just more like he's not really important to like his identity isn't really important to the story, just his actions, so to speak.
I could see that.
I was just thinking that in like the case of the foretellers, because we haven't seen what they look like either. Did we find out who the traitor was as well? I don't remember.
Yeah.
He said Lushu, but there's a certain implication about the master himself.
Yeah.
Michelle, you want to, I guess, go to the next interview question?
Yes. Sure. Let's see where were we? Okay. Missing Link seems to be centered on action-packed battles that can also be enjoyed in multiplayer, with the addition of so-called location-based game elements that utilize augmented reality technology.
Yay, woo,
Oh, so
Pokemon
excited for
Go.
You say that you can move around without actually going out, but in that case, do you perhaps mean that you can move around while moving your character in the game? He said, yes, it works similar to Google Street View, where you can tap on arrows to go forward or back in a street. However, I've chosen to make it feel more faithful to the series. He means as in you won't tap arrows to go forward and back like Street View does.
You'll just kind of run around like they showed in the trailer.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
pretty run.
Yeah.
it's smart that they're
Um,
doing both because
I
of
did
one,
say,
the pandemic, and two, everything else.
Yeah, love it. I did say during Landy's show with Karis that the reason they're doing it this way is because the worlds haven't really broken up yet. So they're going to put in the assets whenever they need to of a Disney World and just kind of like overlay the map and kind of distort it so it feels like you're going to a different world, but you're really in that same Scala Kylum the entire time.
I saw that, yeah. It's going to be like different arenas. They'll take different forms of arenas, which is
Yeah.
how I hope the PvP kind of goes. I hope it's both local and like online if that ends up happening. I am excited for
And
Missing Link. I do want to see it.
Yeah.
I really do hope they end up using like the Final Fantasy type job system because it's
That'd be
time for
cool.
that in Kingdom Hearts, honestly.
I mean, maybe we'll actually get customization of every character besides, I think Union Cross had it, but like if we actually get proper customization, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to spend money on those World Ends With You events that are eventually going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, we even saw the Advent Children Cloud trophy for it was Cloud with his Advent Children outfit, so they are planning on doing events, absolutely.
I like Just the Waffles theory here.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Friends and recruits. Interesting.
But I'm flattered at the thought of becoming a foreteller. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Are there 7 of us here right now? Is that what's going on, or 6, 5?
6?
I believe Axel had to go.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
go.
okay.
So,
Yeah, we were supposed to wrap up at 5.
yeah.
Oops.
I'm
I'm sorry.
fine. No,
Okay.
that's a good conversation.
Did we want to finish going through this?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well, yeah. That works
Okay.
for me.
So the next question, so you can even walk around Okinawa if you wanted to. He said yes, but if you want to go that far away, it will take a certain amount of time, and he laughs. But you can also use points to teleport right to where you want to go.
Good.
That's cool.
I'm glad they're
I
doing
wonder
that.
how they're going to manage like telepoints and stuff. Like, is it going to be based kind of like Pokemon, where like they mark the gyms and base them off of Ingress, and that might be used as a telepoint or something like that?
I'm not sure. I know, like one of the first things that came out for Pokemon Go was a hack that lets you use a D-pad to go around and just walk around, so you didn't have to go out and about. And I think that
Oh.
because they're incorporating that
Got
into the
patched
actual
out.
thing, yeah, I got patched out because people
Oh
would
yeah,
use that
yeah.
to exploit it to go. Because there's a lot of areas you couldn't go to, like in real life, because they were
Like-
gated off, which is how people are getting in trouble. But
Yeah.
I'm glad
Like
that
we'd
they're
rather
doing
make
that
money
with
on
the
it.
actual app. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I hope that like I feel like they're gonna let you do both. But I know they're most likely gonna give you like an incentive to actually go out and walk around.
Yeah.
We'll probably
To
get
go
more
like
items and
actually walk
stuff.
out. Probably there'll probably be like a bonus or something, bonus to XP or bonus to something, which would make sense. It'd be a good incentive. But just having both like options to be there would be really, really good.
It'll be kind of weird, kind of running into a building and you can't walk up, but your character can.
Yeah, yeah. Let me just Naruto up that thing real quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chakra control.
That's what's like Sora and Roxas like wall running. That's what it's hinting at is chakra.
Yeah, right. It's super easy. Just run up the wall. Just do it. Like why? Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Shadow Clone, everything.
It did feel a little bit out of place in the trailers. Like it feels natural in Kingdom Hearts 3 almost, but like it seems like almost overboard in the trailers
Yeah.
for Missing Link.
I mean, what I saw is that they also mentioned you can play it portrait mode and landscape mode, so that's very cool. Because I saw that they had it in portrait when you were running around, so you can see more ahead of you. But then also when you're in battle, they switched it to landscape mode, which I'm glad they're doing that.
Yeah.
So it's not just like swipe with your portrait mode. That'd be kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular Missing Link would be outside of Japan, but I hope it would catch on here. I mean, a lot of people do like Kingdom Hearts, and I think it's time for a decent augmented reality app that's not Pokemon Go.
I'm surprised it's taken this long to get another Kingdom Hearts game. I mean, they kind of stretched out Union as far as it can go, but I'm surprised it's taken this long. I'm surprised we didn't get it like a year ago. I think if it wasn't because of the 2020 pandemic, I think that we probably would have got it sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
Ruined everything.
It did.
A lot of things were getting delays.
Like I was supposed to go to Boston Anime, and then it got canceled the day before I was supposed to go. So that was fun. But like for yeah, it's annoying because like for Missing Link and all that, like the it's just going to be a closed beta test, and we don't even know what territories it's going to be in. I'm guessing like Japan and then like maybe America, like Asian and America territories. Europe never gets anything, but like it's going to be a closed beta test, and then it's going to be a few months, and then an open beta test, and that's going to be a few months, and then another actual few months to get the launch. And even then, it's probably not going to launch worldwide, because I know they said they wanted to do launches different.
Yeah.
What was that?
It would be nice to get into closed beta.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Square, you want to hit up the Seekers of Heart? We'll all join the closed beta.
Yeah, right.
We'll
you
get
got a
some good
whole
content.
group of people.
Exactly.
That would be awesome. I mean, my phone can't even run First Soldier, so that's going to be an issue. Because like a part of me hopes I can run it on my computer, but if it's going to have the Pokemon Go stuff, I don't think it's going to work. Because I'm not taking my laptop outside with like a SIM card.
I miss early on in Pokemon Go where you had the websites that told you where Pokemon are. Because I actually got that out there and rode my bike as fast as I can to go catch like Dragonairs and shit. I was like, this is awesome. I can just I plan out where I'm gonna go, and race the clock to get there. That's what I liked about it at first, but
yeah,
it changed.
Yeah, just don't get hit by a car like 17 people did. Yeah, thankfully them adding both options will mitigate the car crashing. Hopefully. And it's not as, big as Pokemon, so I do think it's going to get a good following. It's just going to take a little bit. They're going to have to do some really good marketing to get it out here. I mean, I'll be playing it day one, but for the rest of the casual Kingdom Hearts fans, they'll probably be like, oh, this is cool. Kingdom Hearts mobile game. Let me check this out. Just came out.
Yeah.
We ready to keep going?
Yes.
Yep.
The next
Tangents.
question. So if you do not want to walk, you can spend points and teleport wherever you'd like. Or you can simply choose not to and walk around yourself. That's all up to who plays it. And he says precisely. If the game is linked to the real world, does that mean that there will be no Disney worlds? Nomura says, we are experimenting with a variety of things, but depending on the timing, the terrain and atmosphere will be partially based on Disney World motifs. In the early stages of development, we covered the entire map with a texture change, but it seemed like overkill, so we're trying to make it more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
I think
I
that's what we
already
saw.
touched on that one earlier.
Collecting figure-like pieces sounds interesting, and the multiplayer action battles look fun. Nomura says, we're trying to develop some new things that wouldn't be normally possible in the main series of games. I hope you look forward to testing those out in the closed beta, as it is scheduled for fall of this year.
Fall. Interesting.
I did
We're all
find
going
those
to be-
It's weird that it said
statues
summer
and
for the
trophies
trailer, but
interesting. It reminded me a lot of Super Smash Bros. With those
Yep.
like collecting the trophies
Yeah.
and shit.
Melee.
So I wonder if that's like kind of what he's like playing that here, like especially with Sora and Smash.
It's better than the medals that were in Union Cross
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they were easier to make because it was just a picture, but I'm glad they're putting more effort into these and the whole game in general.
The playability of it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just excited about the
I
combat. 'Cause I'm
also,
like, man, this looks like it looks more. It looks like Kingdom Hearts 3 combat, but like a little bit less, like not mobility, but like it looks a little bit just less, if that makes sense.
Kingdom
Like it's
Hearts
not as
3
crazy
like,
as Kingdom Hearts 3
toned
combat.
back.
Yeah, it looks toned back, which makes sense because, I mean,
on a
as
phone.
much as I want to put 15 combo pluses on, I don't think we're going to be able to.
Well, if they use a good job system, then like maybe you do have one job that can do 15 combo pluses, or one that's push out
true.
as much magic as you can. I am praying for a job system out of this.
I hope we can get that. I hope we can, I hope they let us use like every single Keyblade. Like just, even if we have to like pay for them.
Yeah, just
I
go
think that'd be
wild.
really
Like
cool.
let us, free customize.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they could even bring in some like Final Fantasy weapons, like Cloud's, whatever the heck this sword's called.
All right,
I could see them doing that.
we only have 2 more questions. So, the next one. You've mentioned that for the Dark Road finale, you have added more scenarios than you originally planned. Could you elaborate more on that? Nomura said that originally I wanted to focus more on Xehanort's classmates and seniors, but due to some last-minute changes in the plan, we couldn't focus on them as much, since I was told to prioritize Xehanort's character development. However, I felt really unsatisfied that I had to cut that, so I decided to have the finale give them the required focus. You will also understand the reason as to why Xehanort became the way he is, talking about his old self being completely bald. And the last
Please tell us the story.
and the last one. Ooh, I look forward to that, and laughs. Last question. Do you have any further plans for this year's 20th anniversary? Nomura says, the 2 Flash animators for the now disbanded Dark Road team are hard at work in making sure the finale ends things on a high note. We also have the Missing Link closed beta coming this fall. While I can't disclose any other plans than that, I urge you to keep an eye out on the official social media accounts just in case.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That second to last question.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ow.
Dark Road. I mean, he wants to give a lot more spotlight to the upperclassmen and the other classmates, which is great. And it makes me more inclined to say, let's not discount them as characters, because for the longest time I'm saying those are the people who are going to be the parents. You know, Aqua's parents, Sora's parents, Riku's parents, whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't maybe, but you know, you have to think even if they're the same age as there's if everybody goes to different worlds, there's time relativity, and everybody's aging at different rates.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, there's
Just
more
put
that
50,000 ideas in my head. Thank you.
die.
Brilliant.
So if I had to choose one to be Sora's mom, I'd say it's the ponytailed one with the side ponytail like Misty, but that's just a wild fucking theory. You know?
I mean, hey, it's just a theory, a game theory, you know.
Exactly.
And then there's that one ninja in the group too. I think that one's going to meet Larxene at one point because she's a ninja and Elrena doesn't seem like a fighter, you know, but Larxene is a fighter.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I do have to head out. I'm sorry, but thank you to everyone for coming in.
Yes, definitely.
And I will be back next week.
Yeah. Everybody watching this,
Yeah,
make sure you
sounds like
spam
it's about to
Tetsuya
end.
more so we can get some invites to the beta. All right.
Let's go.
I still love how you tweeted at Nomura Mystic. Like, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? You tweeted at him when we were doing
I'm
a
still
stream.
waiting. I'm still waiting because he's been
That was
pretty active
hilarious.
this
That was
week.
funny.
But Nomura, because was that the tag at Crazy Nomura?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually
Oh, it's a parody account.
Oh wow.
yeah.
No, Nomura might have a burner account
you know,
somewhere. I
it's
think
still-
Landy talked
I know.
about that,
I know. Like I know he has multiple accounts, like every famous person does. So.
What
But
if it
still.
really is Nomura, but just saying it's a parody account?
Typically
Well,
says on
that's.
file that it's a parody account.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind having the parody account Crazy Nomura join the stream. I'll take it.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Right, we'll
Come
keep-
out hiding now.
Comes in, just blows all our minds.
For real.
Well, I guess it's about time to wrap it up. We're going on 2 hours. So anybody have any other final thoughts, comments, concerns? I guess we can do a few more questions in the chat too.
I just want to say thank you, Captain Kai, for joining the stream. I know it's short notice, but
Definitely.
appreciate it. Everyone,
Oh,
appreciate everyone
I
joining the
just-
stream.
Hope I didn't detract too much. Hi.
No, I'm there with you. I hope I didn't talk too much, but hey, I'm just
I
over
don't know
here
how long
blabbering
that-
on tangents.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a poll up on Twitter for almost the next week, a little less, asking is Luke's sword good or bad. I forgot to add an option for neutral, so if you haven't already voted or like you have an opinion on the matter, please do. Please go to my Twitter and let me know what you think because I'm not sure. Really don't know what to think myself.
I think he's lawful evil.
I think that he's good, but in his own terms of being good, of how it kind of serves himself.
I think he's good, but I think he would murder someone.
He's bad because he
Didn't he try to?
like. I think he's bad because he takes his whole stimulus check money to waste it towards like casinos
Gambling.
and alcohol
Gambling,
and shit.
No, I think you got it mixed up with Cypher and Twilight Town. That's his retirement home.
I saw a picture of something like a fan art of Sora waking up in Quadratum in the apartment, and then instead of Sterlitia, it's Luke's sword, and he has like a bunch of board games. He's like, "Hey, you want to play some games?"
Oh yeah, I commented on HM. That was HMK, right? Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
I tweeted out that they already played Mousetrap, and that
hilarious.
blew up.
I love that.
I had to mute the thread. That's like the first time.
Getting famous.
It was
Yeah,
the gift putting Mickey in the card on 3.
I will be talking about Luke's sword in my next video, so Luke Sword's not on your radar, then I hope I can put him on your radar.
Seems to be a hot commodity right now.
Yeah.
Luke Sword's so
But yeah,
hot
anyone
right
that's
now.
in the chat, go ahead, subscribe to everyone in the
Description.
stream. Yep.
250
Yeah.
thanks to Gaio. So thank you, Gaio.
It's been great. Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers, I guess. And to
Of
our moms.
course.
Oh yes, it is Mother's Day.
Sora's mom will make a comeback, and
Yeah, right.
hopefully
We are right
Sora will
about
get
this,
that dinner.
That would be
Up and
nice.
Dexter.
All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Thank you, everybody on the
Peace.
chat.
Yeah. Thank you guys.